Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed and well. Jeff, what are you telling me, my bro? How you doing?
I'm good, my guy. How's things, man? How's your Wednesday been?
Yeah, man. We were talking about it off air, man. Busy Wednesday, innit? We're both
Tell
working
me about it.
still. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the work brings the paper in, innit? So
Yeah, man. We move. We move.
we move, innit? We move. So, but yeah, man, it's all good. For anyone wondering as well, obviously Jalil is feeling a bit unwell. So we hope he recovers quick. And Rash got some family stuff to attend to. So obviously, we hope everything's going well for him as well. Before, obviously, as always, as you join people, make sure you smash the likes. We're very, very close to 300 subscribers. So let's get there. Let's get 300 subscribers, man. Let's push for it. You know what I'm saying? And as always, smash the likes. You know what I mean? Show us love, share. You know what I mean? As you did the other day, great stream with Grizz. Obviously, that whole Christmas, Diwali, Eid, you know, Arsenal Liverpool comparison still a little bit viral.
Oh
So when he
man,
yeah when he threw that out there, I can't lie, it was funny. Still, I can't lie. When he threw that out there, it was funny. But
crazy,
big
man.
up,
It made sense
big
though.
up. Bro, it makes sense. It makes sense. I can't lie. He didn't lie. Still, he didn't lie. So
Definitely.
big up our guy HO in the car. Hope you're blessed, my guy. Hope you're blessed. Saying Trent, saying best right back in the world. Robo left, best left back. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna be ranking like that today, but we are talking fullbacks, Jeff. And we saw Reece James last night getting another goal against Juve. You know what I'm saying? We know what Trent's been doing recently, not even recently, for the last couple of years. Cancelo at the weekend, getting outside the boot assist. Hakimi just doing what he does. French League, Serie A, he's doing his thing. So I guess, you know what, as we move towards this, we can do our own little rankings in terms of those four. But in terms of the actual fullback role itself, the numbers these men are putting up are mad. And
Yeah.
I think I remember having a discussion with one of my boys like about a year ago. He's a Liverpool fan. And he was
Mm.
telling me that he would already take Robertson over Ashley Cole.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong. That was my reaction. But he was saying like Robertson going forward is way better than Ashley. So obviously, if you start looking at stats now, you can make a case for it. But we
Mm.
know that Ashley Cole is still better. So I
Yeah.
guess I thought that was interesting because in terms of the debate of modern, what is to you, what is a modern fullback?
To me, a modern fullback is now an extra attacker. Like they are
Okay.
good on the ball. They have attributes that either very, very good at crossing. So whether that be Trent,
Mm,
or they're really good at making those attacking runs, such as the Hakimis of the world and
yeah.
Kimmich when he plays there, people like that,
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
who are
Kimmich,
really
yeah.
good. Yeah, that like they really recognize when they're going forward of where to be. Whereas defensively, they don't have to be great, but it doesn't. The role no longer asks for you to be outstanding defensively. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
we like compare like maybe 15 years ago, maybe longer than that, like someone like Zambrotta would have been one of the best fullbacks
Yeah.
because he was quite good defensively. I think his strengths were probably better defensively than attacking wise for me.
I'd agree.
He wasn't
Yeah.
bad going forward, but
He wasn't
his
actually. He was decent going forward.
yeah. But like people like him, even if we go to like who's another one, probably not the actually he's not a bad example. Gary Neville was another one. Whereas the balance was a different way. Like he was a
Yeah.
more able defender. Again, not bad going forward. Um,
Mm,
was good for David Beckham on that right hand side, but
he was.
his strength was defensively. You knew that you had a trusted fullback when
Mm,
you were facing wingers, and the game's also changed now. So like where Trent and people like that attack. you're actually putting pressure on your opposing wing forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my view on it. Yeah, the balance has changed. So you're better going forward than you are defensively, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah. You know what? I agree with that. I think nowadays, all right, you know what? I think you can almost break it down to normal fullback and top tier fullback. We were kind of having that discussion in the group chat. Jalil was talking about Trent. Like, he wouldn't be able to do that at Brighton. Well, Trent would never play for Brighton.
No, he wouldn't.
That's where that argument just dies. Because Trent is so good going forward, you need to cater for him defensively. I'm sorry, that's kind of like how modern fullbacks are. And that's why, like, it's mad because you made a great point there saying back in the day, fullbacks, remember back in the day, fullbacks would be sometimes be told, like, yo, don't go above the halfway, like, because this man here on your wing, if you go up and we get caught, it's peak.
Yeah.
Now it's vice versa. Now it's the wingers being told, fam, you better make sure you track this, Donny.
Yeah.
Which I think is mad.
It's crazy, but I think I heard, maybe it was Joe Cole who mentioned it on BT Sport, one of those early games. And you were saying that fullbacks were kind of like an untapped market. So like before, you were saying like fullbacks would kind of do the defensive work, and the extra defensive work that they didn't want to do, they could kind of coordinate and make their left midfielder or right midfielder do it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's kind of what, like, even that's how you were taught growing up. It was like you tell the fullback, the winger or the midfielder to come back, and you kind of like pick up all the spares or whatnot, or the direct threat on your position. But now it's kind of like, all right, instead of doing that, you as a fullback push your opposing winger as far back as you possibly can and pin them in, and then you haven't got any threat. You don't even need to be that great defensively, because 80 minutes out of a game, Trent is in your half, if we're using him as an example. So there's always going to be that little threat of, all right, one-on-one, you need to be decent, because you don't want to just be getting skinned because there's such fine margins at that level. But that kind of goes for all fullbacks. Like all fullbacks, all of the top fullbacks, if we name them, even if we go through a list, they're all in the same category. No one's outstanding defensively, in my opinion.
Nope. I agree with you, and I think like Trent. One thing I do have to say is that Trent particularly is growing on me every day, just because when I look at Trent, when he's attacking me, he picks people out rather than just spam crosses in.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him. He's actually saying, you know what, I'm looking for this man, I'm whipping it to this man. That's a different skill than just saying, I'm looking to find this area. That's still good, don't get me wrong, but when you're actually looking to pick a man out, it's different. And I think that's where Trent is like, he's exceptional at that.
And that's even if we use our own fullback as an example, Tierney. Like, to me, Tierney is still one of the better fullbacks in the league. He's probably, say he's in the top 5.
For left back or just fullbacks in general?
Left back in particular.
Left back.
Like fullbacks that if we open
he's top 5 fullbacks. Top 5 fullbacks.
Yeah, he's probably in there.
Top 5,
like, he's good defensively, he's good going forward, but there's things he can improve on going forward, especially. So he puts in a lot of crosses. They're always in dangerous areas, but he needs to figure out when to pick out a man and when to hit the space. And that's kind of like the things the issue he faces. Like, he's good, but if you look at someone like Trent, it's always going to someone. Yeah. Always.
Exactly.
And he knows what type of cross to hit to do. Whether it's a hanging cross, whether it's whipped, whether it's like hip height, so the defender doesn't know whether to use his foot or his head. He's the best of them in the league.
Yeah.
And even if you look at like overall passes, he's probably top 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I've got him 4th, or definitely top 5 Trent. Like, even to be a fullback and be that high is already mad. this is an interesting comment from HO. I think it's actually a decent topic of discussion. He said that's why we have to give more centre backs more credit now. They're so isolated. That's a good point, to be fair, because now with the way fullbacks going forward, fam, you'll see a fullback go up, breaks on, they'll be jogging back. They're not sprinting back. Fullbacks nowadays. So
yeah,
it's
I think
interesting.
It's both. I think it's centre backs and then there's DMs. Like there's
true DMs. True.
They both do it because don't get me wrong, like centre backs isolated, but you're more isolated if your defensive midfielder doesn't do his job. So that's why someone like a Fernandinho, a Fabinho, they're literally like some of the best in the world. Like Fabinho, especially, even if you look at that most recent game against like Arsenal, there was times where they would have a corner. He's the furthest one back. The ball would break loose. And it was like 2 or 3 times where your tackle has to be pinpoint. If you don't make that tackle, someone could go score. And he did it every single time.
Yeah. He's excellent. Fabinho's excellent at the recovery tackle. I can't lie. I've seen him do that before, and he's up there still. But it's all right. So you said about Trent and like his defensive ability. I'm gonna say I agree with you. I think Trent, he's not a good defender, but he's certainly not a terrible defender. I think how bad his defending is has been overstated because of a couple of bad games, which now get over highlighted. I don't look at Trent and see him as a worse. For example, let's look at the obvious comparison everyone likes to make: Trent and Reece James. I think Trent is better than Reece James as a player, personally. Right? But then I also think that Trent is better than Reece James if you're playing a back 4. But I actually think if you're playing a back 3, it looks like Reece James are actually better suited to it. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, not everyone can play right back on a flat back 4, and not everyone can play right wing back. That's where Hakimi's interesting because he's now playing right back. Well, until now, he's always been playing right wing back. So he's looking like he can do both. So the whole Trent Reece James debate, where are you at with that one? Because it's a hot one.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. It's just because Reece James is in a rich vein of form right now.
Yeah, he's on fire right now.
Yeah, and don't get me like Trent's not the flavor of the month anymore. It's almost second nature to him. He's been playing well for 3 years. It's 3 years, and he's 22.
Yeah.
Like, from the moment he got in that team, I don't know who was meant to be playing right back for Liverpool at that point. It was Nathaniel Klein, and he got injured and he's out for ages. And he never even it didn't even look like he'd get his place back. Like, for what? Like, this boy is way better than you at this age. So that's what I think it is. Like, I still think Trent's world class.
I agree with that.
Reece James isn't. Yeah,
I agree with that too.
Yeah, just because you haven't played enough yet. Like, he looks good. Don't get me wrong. Reece James' balance of going forward and defensively does look okay. It does look good. So maybe in about a year or two's time, we can have that debate more clearly. Like, if we say defensively, Reece James might be about a 6. I might give him a 6.
I agree with that. I don't think he's a 7.
Yeah, and I think going forward, form aside, might be about 7.5, 8.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And then if we look at Trent, to me, Trent is like a 9.5, 9.75 going forward. That's how good he is going forward.
I'd say I would give him 9. 9 going forward, yeah.
Yeah. And
then 5 defensively.
5.5 defensively. So like, when you work out like those averages of those two scores, Trent probably averages out at 8.
Yep.
So that's better than what Reece James would be, which would probably be about 7, 7.5, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So to me, like, I understand why someone might say they prefer Reece James, but to me, Trent has got a world-class elite quality going forward. That's the separation between them.
And You know what? I think Gary Lineker, obviously, we said it like Gary Lineker said it that if Trent wasn't English, he'd probably be playing for most countries. You know what? He's got a good point, to be fair.
I can't say it's a fact, but to me, it's a fact. Like if he plays for Spain, plays for Brazil, he plays for Italy, anyone, they find a way to accommodate him because how do you not like this guy has won not Champions League, he's won Premier League. He probably could win another. Like before he's 25, he could probably win another Premier League and another Champions League. It's
possible.
Liverpool are good, a really good team. It's possible. So
it's possible.
how are you that good and there's talks of you not playing? Like that's the problem with England to me, like right there, because you find a way for this man to play. Like I understand Walker is good. Like don't get me wrong, Walker is good. Like, I'm not if you ask me, like if you're talking about an elite world class level, I'm not the biggest fan of Walker. I think he's got better with his age. Like he used to make like rash decisions and just rely on pace. He still relies on pace, but his starting position's a bit better. Like I have to give it to him. He's got better as time's gone on.
Definitely.
Walker could probably move. Like England look like they like the three at the back. Walker could probably move to the right-sided centre back.
I agree. Yeah.
So
would you play Trent then over Reece James if England are playing three at the back?
I still think I probably would.
Yeah, so you're still playing my right wing back, yeah?
Yeah, I think, or he should at least be given the opportunity. And if it doesn't look like it's working, then you switch it. But I would definitely try it. Why not? Like, if this boy is world class in his team, like, why would you not try and do it for England? Like, he's got you can have Henderson there. Henderson understands what Trent does, plays in the same team as him. And Henderson's, when he's not injured, is a mainstay in the English team. So he can cover in the same way or try to in the same way that Fabinho, whoever does when they're holding. And Trent could have a similar effect to me. Like Reece James, I honestly think it's just the form things. That recency bias thing we talk about a lot, in it. Like we
talk about all the time, man.
Yeah, because you're in great form. Don't get me wrong, he's in great form. But it doesn't mean that you're now better than the guy who's been doing it for 3 years now. And it doesn't look like Trent's ever gonna stop.
Yeah. The thing is, I think the Reece James thing, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of recency bias to it. I personally have always, I think, preferred Trent over James. If I haven't, someone will correct me, but I'm pretty sure I always have. But if you look at, we got Ted D in the building saying, I think we should put Saka in the fullback conversation. That's an interesting point. Yeah, because Saka's been stinking out a little bit on the wing.
You reckon?
Not stinking out, but I can't lie, man. He's not been playing well for me for a little while.
I thought he got his form back until the Liverpool game, and I can't give you that much stick because you're playing Liverpool. Like, who did we play before that? We won 1-0. I can't remember.
Watford.
I think he was all right in that game. Because he gave Danny Rose a tough time. Even if, like, it's just that thing. Even if we go back to last year, I think we were saying towards that, like, the fact that Saka is our most dependable player is a problem for me.
Yeah, like, you've been consistent on that. Yeah, it's true. There you have.
Because he's young. Like, he's still learning the game. Like, he still hasn't, if we're honest, he hasn't got a consistent position.
No,
like he
hasn't.
He's been moved around because that's what we've had to do because our team just isn't good enough. So he's had to play fullback, centre mid, right wing, behind the striker, left wing. Like, that's too many positions for a 20-year-old if you're trying to become one of the best, which he is. So this season is going to be important for him because he just needs to stay in a position, I think.
I agree with you. The only thing I would say, and obviously Ted ID saying until the Liverpool game, did you see the games before, bro? So obviously he's disagreeing with you there, saying Saka's been stinking it out. Big our guy Hassan, hope you're good, bro, saying he's been poor in the final third. HO saying LOL Saka is smelling Jeff. Alright, so people say Saka's been smelling. The thing is, yeah, one of my guys, he sent me this photo comparing Saka and the Iwobi stats. Now, the Iwobi stats, it's not me, Jeff. I'm just passing on the message. It's not me. Now, Iwobi stats, at the same time, we're better than Saka's, right? You know what I'm saying? So, some man are looking at saying, you remember, Iwobi was getting peppered.
Rightly so.
Rightly so. rightfully so. I agree with you. He was getting peppered. But man, no, I said, listen, Saka ain't putting up numbers. His performances are inconsistent. Does this Donny just need to go to fullback? You know what I'm saying? So,
see, to me,
big up Janelle saying Joe thinks Saka's being poor. Come on, hey, I just said it, bro. What are you talking about? I just said it. I ain't hiding. I'm not like you, bro. I'm not like you. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out of here, bro. Arsenal will win the league next year. Don't worry, my guy. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. See, all right, let's do this though.
What do you think about this?
It will be put in better attacking performance than Saka. I just can't agree. Like, because if we want to use stats, cool. Like, you already know me. Like, stats can be manipulated to be whatever they want. Like, they matter, but we also need to add some context with it too. If you just go by watching football, just looking at Iwobi, not one Arsenal fan can tell me they were ever happy with Alexander Iwobi. And you can't say we weren't ecstatic when we made £40 million for Iwobi.
I was gassed when we made 40. I still think that's the best sale we've ever done.
100%. That's the best sale I've seen us do in years. Like,
years.
I can't even think of one which tops it, honestly.
No, that is the best.
Yeah, because £40 million for him. Like,
the only other comparison is Chamberlain.
40 million. Yeah, and that's
not 40 million for Chamberlain. That's
only in hindsight. That's only in hindsight.
In hindsight,
like,
yeah.
It won't be. I was happy at the time. I'm happy now. Like, because if we look at Iwobi, like, ability wise, he's not. Never said Arsenal win. Look at this line. But Iwobi, like, to me, is a Premier League footballer, but he's very average. He does a lot without doing a lot. He looks busy. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, because he's frantic, isn't it?
He's just frantic because you haven't used your brain. And Saka is 20, right?
20, yeah.
Or 90. Like,
20.
You can see that Saka's got a bigger influence in the game. So I don't really want to use a comparison to Iwobi because, all right, put it this way. Were we using that 7 months ago for Saka? Were we looking at Iwobi as a benchmark for Saka? Or are we just saying that now because it's been a difficult start to the season, which should happen? Like, he's 20 years of age. Not everyone is. He actually created. Oh, tell that D. I don't know about that. That you can create chances because maybe the people he was passing it to maybe made it into a chance, not because he was creating like actual good chances. And he doesn't beat his man. To me,
what will be?
No, he might come in field. He doesn't actually physically beat his man.
Oh, yeah. It will be in the sense, and not like Saka might be similar, but it's more in the sense of Iwobi will get the ball, wait for the fullback to make the overlap and run, and use that run to cut inside, beat the fullback because the fullback's now having to cover him, both you and the other man. Which is fair enough. Like, that's how it should be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. The second one for me, I hear that argument for fullback. I just think I'm gonna say give him this season to play right wing. If he stinks it out this season at right wing, then look at left back.
See, I don't know, man. Like, for me, he looks like he's a winger. Like, what he needs to get better at is decision making. but that comes with
Yeah,
time.
definitely. Yeah.
And you're 20 years of age. I can't expect you to be the full package at 20. Like that's irresponsible for me as a fan. Like, even if we look at Greenwood has been talked about a lot this season as being one of the hottest youngers. Like, last season, I know Man United fans especially don't want to admit it, for a large portion of that season, he wasn't great. And that's because he's a kid. That's why.
Yeah. I
He's
hear
still
that.
and
Yeah.
another one
True.
who
Yeah.
doesn't have his position. Greenwood is a number 9 by trade. You can see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't know enough about the position, or he hasn't even had the seniors to learn from properly. Now you
Bro,
got
his coach
Ronaldo.
was Ole, bro.
Like, come on. Like, you got Ronaldo
That's what
and
I'm
Cavani.
saying.
Like, now you got Ronaldo and Cavani. Like, I'm expecting in these 2 years, however long they decide to stay for, you pick up some gems, and 2-3 years you're going to see Greenwood as a number 9. But this what I'm saying, when you impede these youngsters' judgment when you move them around too much. You need to give them chances to bump their head. Even someone like a Smith Rowe, like, it's good, but again, like, all this talk about England and he's one of the best English youngsters, just relax, cool out, please. Ability wise, he might be one of the better youngsters. Give him time to develop. Not everyone's even Trent, where you can consistently churn out great performance, and you've got Jurgen Klopp as your guy between the media and yourself. So if you read headlines, you go to Anfield or you go to their training ground, and you got Jurgen Klopp saying, hey, don't read any headlines. This is what I want you to do, my guy.
Yeah.
It's very different.
I agree. It's very different, you're right. And the Klopp point is a great point. I also think, and I'm sure you would agree with this, with Trent, I remember first seeing him when he was 18 and he came through. You know, sometimes you just see someone that's like, you're already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your level is already so high that you're just here already. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's just about, can you keep improving? Can you keep your head in the game? You know, stay focused, which it looks like Trent is. To be fair, he seems level-headed. I'm sure he had, you know, everyone goes through bad spells, which he had a bit of a bad spell last year. But, you know, again, Liverpool's whole defense was mashed up, so fair enough.
And he fought through it. That already lets me know that mentality wise, that when he started to get stick, he turned out for the last 2-3 months of the season. He did. Yeah. And it got better. So that already lets me know he knows how to overcome like some form of like adversity. Like, when the game's not going your way, you know how to churn out some performances, humble yourself, and get it going again.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this point from Jalil, big up Jalil, man. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Arsenal, we got different tiers of Arsenal fans, you know what I'm saying, Jeff? We kind of went through this in our group chat. I ain't going to expose it now, Jalil. I'm not going to expose you. You know where you are.
I'm not going to expose you.
You know where you are, bro. But this point is a great point. He said everyone's talking about Saka, did perform like he's 27 and he's in his prime. Give the guy time, man. The kid is 20. That's 100% correct. I think nowadays, we don't give top players enough time when they have their different forms, let alone the youngsters. So I think we got to try and chill out a little bit with Saka. While I do think he's not playing well, I think we do got to chill out a bit
more. Oh, no, he's not playing well, but I'm saying it's a process. So, like, we're so eager for Arsenal to do better that we want it at any cost. Unfortunately, it just can't happen like that, because these young boys still need time. They're still learning and developing. So even like, if we look, we can flip it. We don't even have to talk about Saka. We look at Sancho. Yeah, Sancho hasn't had the best 2-3 months. Like, if you watch Dortmund a lot, you would understand that it would take him a while to get better. But because this transfer took so long, it became this big drawn out thing. Everyone's looking to him. Raw, this guy's Ronaldo, man. This guy's Mbappe. No. He's a talented youngster. Again, 21 years of age. So this drop in form.
21, fam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's been getting grilled for the past 2 months. And then when you see a change in manager and whatnot, and he just seems like there's a weight lifted off his shoulders, he played with more freedom in that second half. And he looked good.
And he looked good. He did look good. I can't lie, man. HO saying Saka just ain't the truth. He's saying, nah, let's just move him to left back.
I
No
want to
time to
ask
waste. We're going to
HO.
come back to it. We're going to come back to it. HO saying the problem is, guys, sorry to say, Saka was put on a high pedestal in a bad team too early, which seems to always be an Arsenal thing.
Okay, he's right about that. Like,
Right
we're
about
not the
that.
best, and we're looking to a youngster. That doesn't mean he's not the truth. Like, when you say he's not the truth, what is your truth? Like, what are you looking for?
This is, you know what? That's a great point. What is the truth? Like,
Yeah, what does that mean?
the truth to me, Mbappe is the truth.
That's a
Haaland
killer.
is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
These man, these man are the truth. You know what? Trent, if you want to say he's the truth,
I can say
he's
that.
the truth.
I'm
Cool.
not against that.
You know what I'm saying?
But
you know what? Yeah, I'm
yeah.
happy that D brought Martinelli.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, whoa! You're saying sell Saka?
No. He said sell him and play Martinelli. But
That,
I'm not.
wait,
Nah.
but that D hates Martinelli though. What's wait?
Tell that D. Wait, if I remember correctly, you're a fan of Pepe.
Oh, he was just. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You ready? You saw what?
He lost Pepe. Yeah.
Nah, I like that. You saw it early. You knew what was coming.
No, he's saying sell Pepe. He ain't good enough. He was taking the piss.
Nah,
you know
listen.
what? Yeah. Before you go, Jay, I'm just gonna say this quick so everyone knows. I'm off the Martinelli bandwagon. He is a fraud. I'm just pointing it out there. I'm off the bandwagon. Okay, Martinelli out.
See, all right. If we talk about Martinelli, yeah, again, it's kind of what HO said. Like, Martinelli scored that good goal against Chelsea, and there was just flashes of good play in there. Like, he looked like he's like got a little poacher aspect about him. Even last season, he scored a few of those good little goals. But the truth is, again, put on a pedestal too early from Arsenal fans, from football fans. He's being compared to people he had no business being compared to. Like, it just wasn't making sense. Like, Martinelli is another good player, good youngster, but he again needs time to learn. He came from a second division Serie
Brazil
B
team. It's Brazil. Brazil, second division Brazil. That's even worse, bro.
Yeah, that's worse than Serie B. Like, come on,
second division of Brazil, bro.
Like, you don't just turn up and you're the finished article. And I know some people might say, "Oh, but there's a load of Brazilians that came from those leagues and their successes." I get it. That's a different caliber of player. Martinelli is just a good youngster. Again, needs time to develop, needs time to learn. Too many injuries. Whenever you think he's going to put a run of games together, he gets injured. And then it takes him a long time to play again. And for whatever reason, Arteta doesn't seem to want to play him too much.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not comfortable playing him yet. Maybe he's not a big fan. Who knows?
He might not be.
Yeah, I don't think it means. See, I have a problem with the fraud word because I feel like we're putting
that's
on
an exaggeration.
It's too hard. It's too high of a pedestal already. Like,
true.
He's just a youngster. Like, we'll see. Maybe we might end up being wrong, and maybe he won't be great. Who knows? But at least give the due process to allow him to fail. That's my thing.
You know what? Very fair point. You're right. Because when you say if someone's a fraud, that means the expectation was already here. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't call them a fraud if you didn't have high expectations for them. So before I read out some of the comments, 8 people in the building. Big up every single one of you. Smash the likes. As always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Almost on 300 subscribers. So love to each and every single one of you. All right, let me ask you this. Obviously, HO saying Lucas Torreira was another one high pedestal.
It was.
True. Ted, big up the packs in the building saying Ted Abdi said Saka's better than Foden. Yikes. Well,
when did he say that? That aged badly.
That aged badly. Jalil said, I don't know if Martinelli will come good at Arsenal. He's got to go somewhere else to see him play. Maybe a loan spell might not be a bad shout.
Listen, Jack Wilshere was one of my favorite young players. He benefited from a loan spell. Remember when he came into the team and he got a red card because he wasn't up to speed in the Prem?
Bolton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good spell for him.
And he did well.
And he came back, he was cold at Arsenal. cold.
Sturridge too.
Um,
Another one.
yeah, Sturridge, Mount, Derby, all these man. You know what I'm saying? Loans can be a good thing.
Yep.
Ted D saying Arsenal fans deserve Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe on the wing. Damn, guys, I know you want Pepe in, bro, but listen, Pepe's finished. Yeah, send that guy out. Yeah,
I'll be
sell
happy
him.
to make £7 from him.
Damn. All right, okay. On a real quick one, how much would you take for Pepe?
Listen, man, if you ask me, I'll take 20, 25. Listen, if you offer right, because think about it, we pay in 5 installments. Yeah, it's over 5 years.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
We do it now. We might not have to pay those final 2 years. Just take anything you can and get that boy out because he doesn't want to play. He doesn't like send him back to France. Let him go and score his 22 League One goals.
Hey man, hey, Ted D upset. He's saying he should be in the Ivorian League. I know this is hurting him right now. Still, hey, Ted D, big up to you, man. You're my guy still. I know this is hurting right now, but listen, Pepe will thrive somewhere else. Big him up, big up Pepe, man. He tried, didn't it? That's what I'm saying. Get Pepe out, bring in Anthony or Rafinha. Hey, I'll take that Anthony. I'll take Rafinha too, obviously. You know about the Anthony from Ajax?
Not really, you know.
Check him out. Baller still. But Rafinha, cold.
See, Rafinha, I like him, but he's got bigger fish to fry, man. He won't be going to us. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah.
He's cold.
Yeah.
Man. Cold.
Yeah, he's cold. He's cold. All right, you know what? Let me ask you this. Big up, Rafinha coming Liverpool. Hey.
I can see it.
See it happening, you know what I'm saying? Loving this show right now. Big up, man. Big up. Smash the likes. Let me ask you this quick, Jeff. Youngsters. Who's the biggest youngster? Who's the most overrated youngster in the world?
Oh, man. That's a head of a question. All right, we're in England. The biggest, and this is no fault of him. I want to preface it by saying that first. Declan Rice is the most overrated.
God damn, we went to DR. Declan Rice, yeah.
Nah, and it's no fault of his own. When you hear people like Glenn Hoddle say he's the best in the league, my guy, like you know better. Like you've been a manager more than once. There's no need to say these kind of things when there's KDB and people in that like this in the league. Why have you said this?
Wait. Best one in the league.
Player.
Huh?
There's a 7-minute TalkSport clip. And he said that Declan Rice is the best player in the league. I don't know if he meant right now or if he meant in general. But either way is wrong. Sorry.
What the?
Is that this? And that's what's wrong with English media. Like Declan Rice is another one. He's growing on me. He owns that midfield for West Ham. But like, come on, relax, please. It doesn't need to. You don't need to say that. Just say you like the player and he's playing really well. He's quality. Don't go and say he's the best in the league because now you make me say he's overrated.
You know what, Jeff? You might be right because I swear, you know what I heard? Yeah, I heard someone say, I don't know if it was Joe Cole or something. They said that right now, getting Declan Rice for 100 million is almost a bargain.
You see,
how?
See what I'm saying? Like because what they should have said is Grealish going for 100 mil means a prized asset from that kind of club will also go for 100 mil. That's what you should have said. Don't say 100%. It's a bargain.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
No, 100 mil for Mbappe is a bargain.
Yeah.
Don't go and tell me Declan Rice for 100 mil is a bargain. Like put things in context properly.
Context don't matter to them, bro.
Nah, everything's just a media cycle. Like him saying that he's the best in the league now TalkSport will get clicks for like a week because they say something outrageous every week and then they'll change it to something else.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. We got a few different comments in the chat. Hassan saying Mount's the most overrated. Ted D saying Saka. HO saying Saka. Joystick Girl, big up, saying Ramsdale, Smith Rowe. Oh,
man, he has two.
He's got two. A lot of man in here.
Hey, again, like I'm not even mad at the Ramsdale one.
I'm not mad at the Ramsdale one. I agree with that one. Still.
And I'll say this: I'm a big fan of Ramsdale. I think Ramsdale could be a really good keeper in years to come. Like, it's a good shot stopper. He's vocal. Looks like he commands his area quite well. But again, give the guy time to grow. It's been 8 games. Relax. I know he dethroned Leno. Weren't too difficult, I guess, because Leno hasn't even got a sniff to come back in yet. But chill out, please.
You know what? I'm glad Joystick Skills brought this up because I've apologized to him in person for this. So I just want to put it out there. Bernardo Silva is better than Jack Grealish. Okay, we made a mistake.
When did we say this?
We said this like at the start of the season. We got caught up in the hype. It happens to nobody is perfect.
Man, if we said that, I'm so sorry.
We are sorry.
If I said that, I don't even remember saying that. I need to go watch the episode where we said that.
But you know, Jeff, why I don't feel too bad. Yeah, last night, yeah, imagine, you know, Thiago Silva. You saw what he did yesterday against Juve. Yeah, I put in the chat. Yeah, I said Thiago Silva might be my favorite defender, right? And all time, I said I think I'll take him over Van Dijk, right?
Yeah.
Joystick's girl comes back and saying Thiago Silva's a bum compared to Van Dijk. How can Thiago Silva be a bum in any capacity?
Now, but you see why Lamps, Joystick Girls, whatever name you want to go by, you told me Van Dijk is the best centre-back ever.
He still believes it.
Yeah, hey, stop drinking Dragon Stouts, please. That's a beer you shouldn't be drinking. Like, why are you drinking that? Like, why are you telling me that Van Dijk is better than every other defender?
Hey, listen, opinions in it. That's football, I guess.
Yeah, but Van Dijk hasn't even been at the top level long enough for us to say this. Don't get me wrong, like a year or 2 years, it was scary. He was looking crazy. But, bro, come on. He's better than Ferdinand, really?
Yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. Van Dijk's up there, but a couple more years, he's got a good case for him, for sure. Jalil saying Rice being consistent, though, pundits overrate everyone. Yeah, pundits overrate everyone who's English.
Yes.
Let's make sure we get that correct.
Yeah.
Spot on there, my bro, but just add the English part. Just spot on.
Rice has been consistent. That's a fact. But
he has.
We shouldn't then add he is the best in the league. No.
Jeff, what is this fascination now with always adding something? You can't just say this guy's balling. This guy's balling. He might be top 5 right now. There has to be something like.
Yeah, like I don't understand it. Like, if you say Salah, like when we say, like, we said it before, like Salah was the best player in the world at a period. It's because he was doing exceptional things week in, week out in the Champions League and the league. Like, Rice has been doing great things for West Ham. Don't get me wrong. Has it been completely exceptional to the point of Salah? No.
In fact, I just realized that why are Rice and Salah in the same sentence?
Like I'm just saying, like, because that's probably
you're right. I know you're not. I know it's not you. I know it's not you.
I'm just saying that those kind of things, it's a problem, man. And I think it's all just for clicks. It must be, like, because the pundits say it. Like, it's all just so you get some light as a pundit, and the channel you're on gets some clicks.
Literally, because otherwise, I just don't get it, man. Joseph Gill saying Pepe will never work for Arsenal. Reminds me of when we signed Iago Aspas. Oh yeah, I remember him. He's actually not bad. Yeah, Aspas was good, but could not do it here. Pepe is good, but boy will do better somewhere else. Yeah, I agree. Every move doesn't have to work.
Yeah, Veron was one of the best centre mids, and then he came to Manchester United. It didn't work. Chelsea, it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Ramsdale is on the pedestal I'm talking about. Just Joe, I agree with that. I can't lie. Ramsdale's being put on a pedestal, and Arsenal fans have got to relax. When you put people on a pedestal, the drop off is harsh. If there's any drop off,
this is the part people don't want to talk about. Ramsdale's going to make a lot of errors this season.
Yeah,
it's just going to happen.
They're coming. I can't lie, they're coming, but
and the way he's such a good shot stopper. You think shot stoppers don't have off days?
Yeah. And then what happens then? Was he a flop again?
Yeah, like you're gonna say, yeah, Leno should play because Leno will probably go in January.
Yeah, that guy, man, like Leno, you know. Damn.
Like, and I like Leno, but I'm not mad at Ramsdale being there, and it's not even for reasons
Nah,
of
man.
just goalkeeping. It's just like the vocal aspect and just a
Mm.
more commanding presence. I get it. Like, I
Yeah, he's
understand.
definitely more commanding. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. And he's better with his feet as well. So
yeah.
I hear that. Joseph's girl saying Forlan is another example.
Another
Great example. Because
probably the
Forlan
best
is cold.
cold.
Cold baller. Cold Atletico Madrid. Baller Uruguay. Baller. Just didn't work here.
Nah,
That's it.
nah, didn't.
You know what I'm saying? JID saying yes, Pepe should play for ASEC Memo Elite.
Mimosas a drink. CDV. What is this? Is this a real
This guy's
thing?
upset. Hey, JID, listen. We need to have, maybe one time we need to sort out a specific Pepe debate. Because
Yeah.
this guy is upset still. Man, that's a tune though. Can't lie.
Yes. Sorry, that was my fault.
No worries. Thoughts on Chelsea and how they've been playing. We'll finish up on this still. We'll finish up, and that's a good question. To be fair, big fan of Ramsdale, but shot stopping is probably the weakest aspect of his game. Quite a poor shot stopper. Yeah, shot stopper is not the best, that's for sure. It's an Ivorian.
Nah, I know it's burning him to say this because he was Pepe's biggest fan.
He doesn't want Pepe out. This is the thing. He doesn't want Pepe out. He wants Pepe to leave so he can prove himself and then tell people, I told you about Pepe. That's what he wants. I know, Kennedy, I know what you're doing. It's smart. I can't lie. Guys, can we have an episode where Jalil addresses that Lamptey comment?
What Lamptey comment?
Remember when he said Lamptey's a better defender than Trent?
Ooh. Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that one? Yeah.
Oh my God, Jalil, you're my dog,
Yeah,
my bro.
yeah,
But
Jalil.
you have to answer for this one.
Yeah, Jalil. Yeah,
You have to
you're
answer for
gonna.
this one.
I ain't involved. I can't lie. I can't.
That one, I might say in the comments with some popcorn.
Yeah, trust me. Trust me. Jalil and Labs, let them do the show. I'll just be in the comment. We'll just be in the comment section, Jeff, with 10 D. You know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying. Arsenal should have kept him. Will be better than Saka. Oh, raw.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is what's going on, Jeff?
No. Stop, guys. Stop. I know what you're doing. You want me to react? It won't be. Come on.
Listen, I'll be real. It won't be. Listen, he's a low-end Premiership player, if we're being really honest.
Yeah, like Everton is maybe too high for him. Honestly.
Yeah.
He may be. Yeah, I say bottom 10. You can play in the bottom
10. Bottom half of the table. I think, yeah. But
come on, man.
Fine, but I mean, all right, let's touch quickly on Chelsea before we wrap up, man. Obviously, they battered Juve 4-0 last night. Reece James getting on the score sheet again. CHO, Hudson-Odoi, finally showing some form. We've been waiting for it for years. But he's showing some form right now. Werner coming on, bagging a goal. This is all without Lukaku. They've got something like 35 clean sheets in their first 50 games on the Tuchel, which is like some kind of record.
That's madness.
Which is crazy. My only thing is, fam, too many defenders are scoring. This can't last. Like, unless, can it last? What do you think?
Honestly, I think it can. I'll say this, like Ben Chilwell and
do you remember this?
What? Iwobi was cooking Trent. Saka couldn't even face off Timiska or Smikas or whatever that guy's name is. Iwobi was cooking Trent.
When did Iwobi cook Trent?
You talking about the 5-1 game or he came off the bench? What?
I don't know.
And even if he was, that doesn't. Like, I see what he's doing. I know what he's doing. I had to catch myself. I see what he's doing here.
He's
playing games.
Back to Chelsea.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I think it can last, man, because I think what he wants to do is spread out goals across the team. Like earlier in the season, like Kovacic was chipping in, Jorginho might score his penalties. That goals can come from anywhere, and
Mm.
the way Liverpool, the way Chelsea play, it's almost Liverpool and City on steroids. Like at points, Chilwell and James are almost in the box. Like Robertson and Trent, they kind of sit 30 yards from the goal and they
Mm.
might swing in crosses from the most awkward of places where you can't defend it.
Yeah.
Chilwell and James do the same thing, but then they're always in the box. Like at points, who did Chelsea last play?
When the Prem,
Yeah,
Leicester.
bro. Again in that Leicester game, Chilwell was up front for some of that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally up front.
Literally, yeah.
That no exaggeration, he was up front. And James might end up being like a right wing forward. I honestly think they could keep that going because,
Mm.
like Marcus Alonso, even when he plays, because Chilwell he's not even guaranteed to start. Like Marcus Alonso is a goal scoring defender.
Yeah.
And I think they are just going to share goals all over the place. When Lukaku comes back, he will take the lion's share of the goals. But
Yeah.
the rate at which Chelsea seem to be scoring, yeah, those goals are going to be shared.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if they keep the defensive solidity that they've got at the back, then it's trouble. It's trouble.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Trouble.
We'll see. Obviously, when it hits January, February, and it starts getting to the difficult part of the season, people start picking up knocks. We'll see how they deal with it. It didn't seem like they were affected by the Kovacic one.
No, they weren't
But
at all.
all right, put it this way: I'd love to see what they do when Thiago Silva gets injured or gets time. He's 37.
Yeah,
and he organizes everything at the back. Like
everything.
Lampard's plan of bringing him in to shore up the defense. That's why Chelsea were in a win-win because Lampard obviously finished, I think, top 4 that first season, right?
Top 4, yeah.
Yeah,
Top 4, yeah.
And then you spend your £250 million, and if you get sacked, you still got those players.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a win-win. All right, here's a fan favorite. We'll see what we can do. But hey, if you're not working out, we're gonna fire you quickly, and that's what they did. And now look, all of those players are starting to blossom. Maybe apart from one, that's probably the only one who hasn't hit a real vein of form at some point in Tuchel's reign. But everyone else, all of those signings have been doing well.
They have, and Thiago Silva's been doing well. Havertz is still a bit inconsistent for my liking. He's got talent there. He just needs to sort himself out.
Which one's that? Havertz?
Havertz, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Havertz. So it's man. It's Chelsea are looking good. I ain't gonna lie, Chelsea are looking good. They got Man United on the weekend, who they got their win last night. Obviously, Ronaldo and Sancho bagging the goals. To be honest, it wasn't really any different from United. It was still, just sitting back.
Yeah, and Carrick got crazy credit for that too. And it's like just 62, 63 minutes of complete defending on the back foot. Like on another day, Villarreal could have scored. Like, who was that guy? That shot that someone shot.
Save.
Yeah, that save was out of this world.
Yeah, that was a mad save.
But yeah, that game will be good, man. Like United, now that Ollie's gone, even though it's kind of more of the same, they're not going to be pushovers. Like I know the 5-0 and the 2-0 paint a different story, but it's not going to be like that every game, man. It just is.
I don't think so. I think they'll be a bit better against Chelsea. It'll be a good matchup. It'll be interesting to see how United decide to line up. I can't see them going to 3 at the back to match up with Chelsea. That would happen. It wouldn't shock me. And then just try and hit Chelsea on the break. The only thing is, because Chelsea do play that three at the back, it's hard to catch them on the break.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, I feel like with Chelsea to really get them, you have to win the ball back in the midfield area and then attack the three at the back. Because otherwise, it's not easy. Like, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
I'll say the key battle is all right. If someone like Jorginho plays and
Yes,
Bruno
yeah,
plays, Bruno's gonna have to snap at his heels all game because we know
yeah,
Jorginho. He lacks time. Like when Jorginho's
yeah,
got time, he's the greatest player. When he doesn't,
yeah,
he's had a lot of howlers. It's just that simple. It's one of those. So if
yeah,
Bruno can do a job on Jorginho defensively, United have the players to go and punish you. Like if Bruno goes and wins it
100%.
in those areas, like center of the pitch, plays one ball, you got Ronaldo, you got Sancho, you got Rashford, you got Greenwood if he gets back from COVID in time. There's players there to do some damage.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And as Joyce Girl says here, City made them look like clowns. City did dominate against Chelsea. I ain't gonna deny that. They did. Yeah, Chelsea didn't do anything. But
Hey, 1-0
again,
on it.
yeah, 1-0. But again, the argument is, did they catch Chelsea on a bad day? That's what we're gonna have to find out. Chelsea are overrated. Chelsea couldn't have a strong target. Your defenders scoring cannot last forever. Mark my words. City strikes again and they win.
Oh
Hey,
man.
that C word is too iconic. I swear, like
It's got worse since he came back.
it's got way worse. I swear, it wasn't like this before he came. Like
Nah,
it was just when he scored. Now it's just people saying this guy will do the C on you, and it's just like
when Townsend do it, I said, nah, this has gone too far, man.
yeah. When Townsend, and what's he done since then?
Nothing.
Or maybe it's a curse.
He ain't gonna do nothing until they play United again.
Yeah, Chelsea, and he does it again. Man, that's what we'll be doing this season. I'll just be seeing. But hey, man, listen. But yeah, man, listen, people. It's been almost an hour. It's been a very good debate. Make sure you smash the likes, as it says on the screen. We're almost on 300 subscribers. So anything you can do to help us get there, leave a comment, share it in social media, anything. It's 300 subscribers. We're almost there. Get us over the line. We should be back next week, Monday, for the review show. Which should be lit because obviously some good games this weekend, as we talked about Chelsea United. But it's been very fun. This has been a good debate, the fullback discussion. I know people wanted us to discuss this, so I'm happy that we did. And also talking about some of the young players, that was good too. So yeah, people, listen, make sure you smash the likes as you head out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We'll be back on Monday. You know, I'm saying Jalil and Rash will be back then too. Remember that, always keep the positivity high, spread the positive message. Love always wins, and that always stays a message from us. So until Monday, people, peace and love, and take care of yourself. We're out.
Salute.